Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. It's time for another tear the shrink wrap off, as we got another massive undertaking here by Lock and Load. Everyone drink. Oh boy, here we go. Lock and Load Publishing here, and oh my god, this one is another heavy one. I don't know what the shipping costs, what they paid for shipping costs, but whatever they paid, they should have doubled it. Oh my god, this is incredibly heavy. Not only that, but we also have an expansion. And, depending on how things go, I even have the canvas maps that I can show you guys. So, without further ado, let's get it to the table and tear that shrink wrap off and see what you get inside the box. Very excited for this one. Very excited for this one. And what I'm going to do here is, looks like we need to turn up that brightness a little bit, make it a little bit look a little bit better there. I don't know what happened. Might have been when after I adjusted the camera. I adjusted the camera way up there because if I get the maps and everything out, it's going to get extremely hard to see everything if the camera is in a normal position. So I had to zoom way out on this one. So I apologize for that. What I can do though is maybe until that time, we can zoom you guys a little bit closer. There we go. We'll zoom you guys a little bit closer here. We're going to go ahead and we'll show you the core game first. Hey, Phoenix Knight. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Got enough content for this game. Oh, my God. This is, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what's in here. It weighs so much. It's like incredibly how much there is in this box. It's incredibly heavy. And yeah, I want to thank Lock and Load for sending me a pre-released reviewer's copy. So I do appreciate them doing that for us. And so I can get it on the channel and show it off for you guys. So thanks to Lock and Load for that. Blood and Fury World at War 85. Again, a mammoth game here. Complexity is 5 out of 10, and solitaire suitability is 9 out of 10. 9 counter sheets, 4 geomorphic maps, a spiral-bound game book, a companion book, player aid cards, acrylic flight stands, some dice, some data cards, and 3 solo assistant decks. 3 solo assistant decks. Are you kidding me? What the hell? Alright. We got our typical Lock and Load appreciation for their bookmarks. And they always supply these in every one of their games to help people and just to give them information that they might need. So always a good thing. Blood and Fury World at War 85. And this is, look at this. This is the companion book. It is a big one. It's a big one. It's got some player aids in the back. It's got player aid. I'm just looking to see if it gives us like a page number here. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of like 150 pages or so. It is, oh, I'm sorry, here's page 281. And then you got a few pages beyond that. Some terrain and some player aid cards and stuff like that. So obviously I'm not going to go through all this. Oh, tons and tons of scenario and setup, and oh my god, just lots of stuff to do, core rules and specific rules for this game, and spiral bound, which I love. Then you have the rule set 2.2 for Lock and Load. And we'll look at that in a little bit. I don't even know where to get at with this here. We have decks of cards and more decks of cards. And I think I'm going to take a book out of Phoenix Knights. Normally I tear everything open when I take it out of the package. But I think I'm going to listen to what Phoenix Knight does and not tear everything out of the shrink wrap, because otherwise I'm never going to get it back in here. Alright, we have some stands for some acrylic stands for some of the flights. That's super cool. And a bunch of those. We got some dice, green, blue, and red, 4d6s of each type. We've got the Solo Assistant, which comes in the tarot size cards. Lovely stuff there. World at War 85, we have the data cards for each of the different units. More data cards. Here's the 120 millimeter MRTR. It gives you all the stats and the ratings and information, and even gives you the rules section. But I'm going to take a book. I'm going to steal Phoenix Knights and say, you know what? I am not going to be tearing all this stuff out, because it's going to be Solo Assistant again. So we have a couple of Solo Assistants there. Okay. As you guys know, I am a huge Nascent Wars fan. Huge Nascent War fan. And I absolutely love that system. And then they took the system and they put it into this World at War 85 system. Here is your here is going to be your unit cards. So you're going to shuffle these up and then draw one out to activate a certain division. And then you have your battlefield events cards. We have oh my gosh, geomorphic maps. How big are these things going to be? Hopefully not too big. All right. Two-sided, very reasonably sized. All right. Great looking terrain. Two-sided. So you got like a spring, a summer, and then you have a winter and fall side, maybe. All right. And we have another one of those maps right here. Good looking maps. Yes, I agree, Christopher. Good looking maps. Nice. Look at that. Good looking maps. See the count, or you can see the hexes very nicely. Everything's easy to figure out. They're not obscenely huge either. No, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of, because I have the canvas maps, and you can see how big this canvas map is. This canvas map is actually pretty huge, so I was afraid that when I drew the maps out of here, you can see how big this tube is. It's very big. So I was afraid that when I opened the maps, they were going to be too big to show. That's why I zoomed the camera out for you guys. More maps. More terrain, cities, forest, a little hill over here, river, another hill over there. Okay, very nice. And one more, I think, and then we got some counter sheets to look at. Big lake over here, another river that splits up, some roads, a couple villages, You got a big mountain here, a little mountain here. I'm a huge Nation at War guy, and I never got into the new system. And I know my good friends at Lock and Load have always been saying, "Oh, you should try this. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good." So they decided to send this to me so I can try it out, and so we shall see. All right, so what do we have here? Tons and tons of player aid cards. Here is the Drive Unleash campaign. So you have all of your information there. Okay. I'm going to start putting things back in. Here's going to be the other side, I bet. All right. Looks pretty good there. We have our terrain effects charts. So woods, hill woods, dense urban, light industrial, all water, wrecks, smoke, and rubble. Clear, cultivated, rough, city, woods, hills, and hill city. And then it gives you their movement costs, their defenses, fire modifiers, assault modifiers, line of sight effects, whether the units can be concealed in there, the height of the unit, and then what it blocks, whether it blocks normal ground units or looks like units in flight. That looks pretty good there. And then we have more terrain effects charts for fire, cleared, burned out, river, roads, and bridges. And again, special information about each of them. And fords, tunnels, platoon bridges, minefield places, and minefield random and improved positions. It gives you the information and even gives you the section of rules referring to that rule, which is awesome. I love it when they do that. We have a player aid unit and card reference. So we have in the top left-hand corner, you have your AP, you have your range, your firepower, and your 2-hit number. In the middle is your name, and in the top right-hand corner is going to be your HE, high explosives. You're going to be your range, your firepower, and your 2-hit number. The full strength side has a color band on it. I bet you this white band represents a depleted unit. Then down in the bottom left is going to be your armor and your armor save, your movement points, and your assault firepower, and your 2-hit number in assaults. And that goes for all of your different, well, most of your different units. Helicopters are going to be a little bit different. Amphibious ground transports are going to have a few different things. Looking good there. Then we have the counter reference, if you're looking for counter references. So we have out of command, ops complete, Rex, fire for effects, disrupted objectives, smokes, electronic warfare, reloading, helicopters, bridges destroyed, bridge cleared, ford, improved positions, random mine, minefields, scenario north, squalls, mud, weather level, couldn't think of the word, number of artillery strikes, burnouts, fire, rubble, and in tunnels. Whew, a lot of stuff to go over there, that's for sure. Yeah, to film the canvas map, I'm going to need to call a satellite in. Oh boy, I'm a little nervous about this one. All right, player aid, 8B line of sight examples and height examples. So obviously you've got multiple different levels because you're going to have ground units, You're going to have units that can go in the air. And how all that is going to be referenced and affected by different terrain pieces. Then we have line of sight example here. So the different units and whether they have line of sight or don't have line of sight. F is blocked. These units are blocked. These units are good. And of course the reason why and some examples over there. Lock and Load has always been really good with their player aids and giving the players really good aids to help them. Alright, we have the Drive on Leon. It counter references, some sequence of plays, operational map informations, etc., etc. We also have the Drive on Leon, but for the other side, the NATO side. Okay. Player aid, movement and fire charts. Onboard indirect fire minimum ranges. Indirect firing units. Single-sided. Solo behavior chart, solo-sided. How to execute counteractions. How to execute victory conditions. We have the holding boxes for the NATO and the Soviets. We have formation decks, discards, then of course your Soviet and Allies offboard artillery tracks, solo-sided. Same thing for the NATO side. Good looking, great looking player aids. I'm telling you, I love them. Player aid 11C is a card inventory in case you wanted to know what was in each of the decks. We have the solo AEO and how it's going to operate and the cards, overview of the cards, two-sided for setup directions, location tables, headquarters, deployments. You also have scenario point cost limits for creating battle generator. Is your battle generator to create your own battles? How many points you're going to allocate for the size of the scenario, the length of the turn, the degree or victory, and some information on how to do that. Wow, that looks really good. Weather change table. So what happens when the weather changes and the effects. You also have the missile ammo usage charts and special ability triangle reference. So what happens when the unit has a triangle on it, what that means. A red triangle means it's a recon unit. A gray triangle means this unit may use indirect fire. Orange triangle is composite and or reactive armor. Black triangle is a unit's AP fire is also missiles and has a minimum range of 4 hexes. A yellow triangle is an elite unit. Okay. What else do we have here? So we have the battlefield events table. Two-sided. We have some more card inventory. So if you wanted to see what all the different decks of cards were. We have the every die roll in the series. So how to perform every one of the die rolls. Minefield effects, parachutes, rubble, convoy, command, assault, indirect fire, disruption, all laid out for you. That is really, really helpful, to be honest, to learn the game. You have the sequence of play, and you can see it's kind of a massive game. Initiative phase, you have the operation phase, you have the formation impulse phase, the available unit or stack instructions, the ops phase, continued. So this is all operations, and then kind of breaks away from the operations to perform news. Then you have the marker removal phase, and then the victory determination phase. You also have the direct fire modifiers. Okay, so that is just player aids, and you can see there's a lot of things to help you learn how to play the game, which is obviously very important. Now, we've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 counter sheets. 9 counter sheets. Pre-rounded, punch in, punch out counter sheets. And once you punch it out, it looks really, really good. If the camera would focus, it would be even better. Come on, you can do it. I know you can. You've done it in the past. Come on. All right, let's see if it'll actually focus in on... Giving you a look at what some of the counters look like. These are like, obviously these are like admin counters. Okay. Oh, don't punch him out yet, Jester. Come on. Careful, buddy. Infantry, paratroopers. Oh, sorry. I'm going to try and hold it a little stiller for you guys. Sorry about that kind of back and forth there. You got some T-64s. More infantries. BMPs. Challengers. All right, good looking units. Whew, my arm's spent. There's some more admin counters for ranks and units that have activated already. Out of command and disrupted units. Two-sided. And I've just knocked one out again because my big fingers. All right. Some more admin counters. Improved positions cleared. Electronic warfare ones in tunnels. Landed. Some more regular Soviets. All right. Smoking and bridges. Low missiles, no missiles, and reloading missiles. A bunch of different admin counters and some more Soviet ones up there. Man, these counters do look really, really good. I would like to show you the planes. Let's see here. Come on, mister. As soon as it sees there's color there, it'll... Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, more units here. Tons and tons of new units. More units. All kinds of different T-64s, BTR-70, some infantry units, some BMP-2s, some more infantry, some T-80s, some STR-70s, I'm sorry, BTR-70s, headquarter units. So like these are like part of a division, I think. All the ones that have like that stripe, they all belong to the same division, I think. We have some scimitar here, scorpions. So if you like modern day counters, that's for sure. They hey Doug, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. The counters do look good and they punch out easy. Yeah, they sure do punch out nice. They do punch out, and the best thing about these ones is they don't leave any. They do not leave oh, come here, you. They don't leave like residual little things on the corners or anything like that. So you can see these are like well punched out. Look at that. That is beautiful. My hand's beautiful as well. I'm sure you guys love that, but that is the VT-102 Striker. So, yep, looks good there. And yeah, the best thing about there's punch in and there's punch out counters, and then there's good punch in, punch out counters, like counters that punch out and you don't have to like, oh, I got to shave off all the crap now, right? No, these are like perfectly done, absolutely perfectly done. They look really, really good. They don't leave any residual on them. And I'm just going to randomly punch out another one, so I don't want anyone thinking, oh, that's a fluke. No, it's not a fluke. It's there's the other one. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely freaking perfect. I'm showing you every angle I can give you to see what it looks like. That's a leopard tank there. Good looking counter, huh? Okay. That is a good looking counter in my book. That is for sure. All right. So there's a bunch of player aids, a bunch of counters. Again, a boatload of cards, and I'm not going to take, because I would literally, if I do that, I'm going to have cards everywhere, and I don't want to have cards everywhere. So I'm not going to take all these apart. I apologize. Sorry. Let's see what we're going to do here to get all these back in. We're going to have to make this, we're going to have to organize this a little better, just like that. Oh my God, look at that. They actually almost lock in place together, which is beautiful. All right, we have the 4 maps. Right, 4 maps. We have the dice. We have the different terrain pieces, and I would take these out, but there looks like these are stands. All right, so you can put units like several inches up from the ground, and there looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, I think. We have, of course, the rules of version 2.2. Again, I'm not going to go over all this, but you have the starter kit information right there. So big shout out to Lock and Load for sending me this pre-released copy so I can share with you the information so you guys can make a wise and educated decision and whether this is something you might be interested in getting your grubby little fingers on. So I appreciate them doing that for us. This looks like all the starter kit information, which normally you can download the starter kit information from the Lock and Load website, and you can put together a map and some counters and practice with the they normally have the rules set online as well. You download the rules set, you download the make your own counters and cards, and then you can play a little scenario if you to test it out to see if it's something you like. Here's that scenario already in the book. There is a nice index as well. And again, this is a pretty complex. It's why, to be honest, it's why I like Nations at War better. And I really wish they would have continued that series on. And maybe someday I can convince David that that series needs to be brought back to life. You want to know what the best part about this spiral bound rule book is like if you're looking for a rule, like you can flip open the rule booklet and then you can put this down on your table and have it right there. It's not in a book so where you got to try and hold the book open the whole time. That's why I love this spiral bound, is because, oh, hey, I need section 9.6. Let me find 9.6 for you there. Oh, right here is 9.6. Boom, there it is. I don't have to hold it in my hand the whole time. And just so you guys know, 9.6 is towed units in case you were interested. So that's why I love the spiral bound ones. Okay, so lots of core rules, how to play the game, how to do the stuff, how to play, how to move your units, how to fire units. It's all in here. I'm not going to go into details. It's your typical warfare stuff. Here's what you do, how to do it, and how to play the damn game. That's what a rule booklet's for. Okay. All right, now I can't even get it all back in the box. I told you guys that was going to be a problem. I told you guys, and that's without even taking the. I told you guys that's without even taking the counters trays out. I can't even get it all back in the box. All right, but I was also sent the expansion. World at War 85 Operation Red Gauntlet, crossing the mighty Vesser. So let's see what this is, and it looks like, first off, there's a boatload of maps. And I would say that there is no way in hell this stuff is going in this box. If you can fit this stuff in this box, you are a better man than me. Oh my God, I can't get it all in there, to be honest. All right, so maps. It looks like there's a boatload of them. Here's one. And I'm going to go through them kind of quick here because I don't want this to be like a 2-hour video. So that was number one. Number two, two-sided big. Oh my God, look at that. That's a huge city there. 1, 2. And for you guys that are unaware, the geomorphic means you can take any two maps and put them together and they will, you can see like this one here, this dead ends right here, this dead ends right here, and this dead ends right here, but you can put these together. Or you might want to take over on this side, like this. Oh no, can't do it that way. Has to do it like this. Oh, you can only do them side by side maybe. All right, yeah, that's what, there you go. There's the ticket. Boom, 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 just like that. There's probably some overlays or whatever. You can use those as well. So there's two maps there. We've got a bunch of maps left to look at. Another massive, massive town. Some water. And with the winter terrain, it looks like the same, yeah, because it's got the water. Looks like the same map, but just different terrain. That's pretty cool. All right, that's map number 3. We're on map number 4. Map number 5. This is a big expansion. It's got a ton of maps. It's got more maps than the original. So a ton of maps. So if you like your maps, you might want to get the expansion, folks. Just letting you know. Map number 6. Another, wow, there's a lot of big towns in this one. A lot of big towns. I love me big towns. Here's another massive town. I love the urban combat and street-to-street fighting and Stalingrad and all of that stuff. And I think this is map number 7 here. Okay. And finally, I believe this is map number 8. We'll count them here once I'm done. You can see why this has taken a while to get out. It's just there's so much. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maps. There's 9 maps. 9 maps. All right. And then you have Operation Red Gauntlet crossing the mighty Weser. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more scenarios. 9 geomorphic 13 by 19-inch maps. 1 expansion book, including 5 game scenarios. 12 and up, 1 to 2 players, 3 hours. So you got your different scenarios, probably some specific rules in the front of the, probably in the front. Here's the terrain we're looking at. Like East Germany, West Germany, kind of the border between the two of them. Just east of Belgium and southeast of Netherlands. And I think Christoffel is in Belgium. So you got some specific rules for this campaign. More and specific rule updates. And then you go right into the scenarios, which I'm not going to try to spoil here. So there is that. So we'll put that away. Again, a super, super huge thank you to Lock and Load. Everyone drink. Lock and Load. For giving me this opportunity, and it is an opportunity, to show you guys this stuff before it's been released, to show you what's in the box, to show you what you get if you order the expansion. Even if you're not a huge expansion guy, this comes with 9 maps. It's going to give you so much variability and so much replayability to have an expansion. I would highly recommend it, but that's that. Now, I've got to try and figure out how I'm going to put this huge mammoth Blood and Fury World at War 85 canvas map on the table. Now, I'm hoping if I take it out of here, it might not be as big as the tube looks. Oh my goodness. I can't ever get these lids off either. It's like I have to pry and pry and pry and pry and oh, I finally. I'm hoping it's like, nope, it is one big ass map. So I'm gonna put this away because I don't need this cutting this. And I'm going to move this maybe out of the way. And I'm only going to be able to show you whatever fits on here. And what I can do is use some outside influence. Ooh. Ooh. That is super, super good. Can you guys see it okay? You know what I could have done was zoom out the camera again. This is a huge, huge, huge map. That is for sure. And I think if you take all those other maps and you put them together, it probably makes up most of this map, if not more. I'm not sure. It is it's a big map, all right. It is beautiful. I love canvas maps. I actually, I started getting them, and ever since I started getting them, I think they're super cool. I think they're super cool. Oh, and now I can't get it back in the tube. How many people knew that was going to happen? What are the dimensions of the map? No idea. Big and huge. The direct is the size of the map. Yeah, it's way too big for Jester's Jester's desk. That is affirmative and 100 degrees. You are absolutely right, Phoenix. In fact, I am probably going to be talking to Lock and Load about maybe being able to give this away because there is very little chance of me being able to use this map. And I really, really like this. I would actually hate for this to just sit here and do nothing. So I want to talk to Lock and Load about maybe giving this away as a gift to one of our viewers someday. So, it is a great looking map, and it is awesome for a convention. If you're going to go to a convention and you're going to play this game with some of your buddies, Yeah, I so much appreciate the fact that Lock and Load sent me a pre-release copy so I could share this with you guys. I appreciate it so much. And I'm hoping to do this game some justice and play some scenarios for you guys. Show you the game in action. I'm actually trying to get a game. Remember this one, we did an unboxing of this game a couple days ago. I've talked to the designer and we're supposed to be getting together tomorrow night at 8 o'clock to play this game and talk about the game and show it all for you guys. So I'm hoping to maybe do the same thing with the designer here. And, you know, kind of show off the game, talk about it, all the new stuff and all the interesting things. So, yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that and see if there's an announcement coming for this. This is by Keith Tracton. Keith Tracton. Jeez. So maybe I can get a hold of Keith and talk to him. I've actually talked to him not too long ago. I talked to him, actually. And so I'm looking to, yeah, maybe do a scenario online, show the game off, have the designer there. You guys can ask questions, talk about all the new stuff, and just see what it's like. So, Blood and Fury, World at War 85, massive game. It's this is a game that is not going to be going up high on the bookshelf because it'll literally crush everything underneath it. I'm going to have to put this one on the floor, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this because it won't fit in the box. There's so much stuff jammed in the box, but that's good. That's a good thing. Having all that extra stuff in there is always good. So thanks so much for watching. What would be a great thing for you guys to do is hit that like button. And just to let Lock and Load know that, hey, you know, we appreciate you letting Jester show these games off to us, talk about the games, do playthroughs of the games, show off the graphics, you know, talk about it, and, you know, we appreciate that. If they see a lot of likes, then they know people really like this video. So, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, show your support for my channel. Show your support for Lock and Load. Let them know you really appreciate this. And again, maybe they'll continue supporting me as well by doing that. So if you want to help support my channel, that'll be one great way of doing that. And I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so that is the expansion with a lot of cool maps, the core game, and what comes in the core box, and of course the huge, massive, awesome canvas map. I don't know how many. Normally they only make so many of those canvas maps, and when they're gone, they're gone. And yeah, I think as much as I love that canvas map, I'm just not going to have enough room to play it. So I'm going to talk to David about maybe giving that away on the channel as maybe a reward at the end of the year for people that complete their 10-game challenge. And people that buy the Blood and Fury game and they don't get the canvas map, maybe we'll give it away as a special gift to one of our lucky viewers. So a way that I can give back to you guys for supporting me. So thanks everyone. The way we work in this community, you support me, the game companies support me, I support you guys by helping support the game companies, and it's a big happy cycle, and we enjoy that. So thanks so much. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody, and have a great night. We'll see you soon, my friends. Very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.